Good morning. Oh, wrong way. Alright, that should be. Why is it doing that? There we go. Not upside down or backwards. Alright, first off, happy belated birthday. Hope that was fun. You're older than you've ever been, and now you're even older. Second, I saw that you had prom over there. Hope that was fun. Definitely looked all fancy and formal. Nice dress. The only prom I ever went to was maybe 30 or 40 of us in the library doing a 1,000 piece geography puzzle of the world. So that was a bit of a different party. But anyhow, the sun just a moment ago went behind the clouds or something. I think the clouds. That would make sense. It's rather silly, I think, that we say the sun went behind the clouds when the earth is the thing revolving around the sun. And though everything in space is moving and changing, it seems like it's kind of strange to put the sun as the thing that's moving when the earth is moving a whole lot more. Then again, we also say that the sun rises and sets, so perhaps humans and our concept of everything is a bit silly. Speaking of things that have gone in front of the sun, the moon did that quite recently. Rather cool of it. I think it should do that more often. But it was really magical here. I remember there was a partial eclipse in Vermont when I was maybe 7 or 8, and I remember watching that. But the difference between a partial eclipse and a total eclipse is just like, well, quite literally night and day. But the what, where, why, and but and for who, what, where, when, why, and how. Anyway, the so the totality was just over 3 minutes here, and it really does do everything that the intertubes say it'll do, where it gets completely dark and there's a sunset all around you, which I'll show video of maybe here. Wait, there you go. These were the pictures I took on my cell phone, which are terrible, and video at some point. I don't know what I'll put over myself talking because I'm still in the tree at the moment. But anyway, it was super duper amazing. And yeah, so it lasted about 3 minutes. It definitely didn't feel more than 30 seconds, but that's how time goes quickly. These pictures are from my neighbor's house. We went up there because their trees were, it would be covered by the trees at our house. They have more of a southern exposure. The probability of having a total eclipse in the place where I've grown up at a time when I can witness it with good eyes and remember it because I'm not a baby is so unlikely. And then to add on top of that, having it on a clear day in Vermont, which is like never in the spring, just makes all of it more fantastical. And the only reason this happens is because the sun is about 400 times bigger than the moon, but the moon is coincidentally at this moment in time and space about 400 times closer to the Earth than the sun is, which is why when it lines up it is the right size at times. When the moon is too far away, which happens sometimes due to the elliptical orbit, that's when we get annular eclipses because the moon looks too small to cover the sun completely. But the moon is moving away from the Earth slowly, about 3.78 centimeters per year, so there won't even be total eclipses in about 620 million years. And that's a long time, but it's also no time at all given the time scale of the cosmos. Some of the other planets far away from the Sun, including Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, have total eclipses, since the Sun looks small from out there and their moons are large, but the chances of being a planet that's habitable, and at the time when total eclipses happen, having a species advanced enough to understand and predict eclipses is remarkable. Seeing images of eclipses is interesting because the partial eclipse pictures are fairly accurate to what you'll see in real life, whereas the total eclipse pictures really don't capture the experience of how it looks, or the moment when you're on Earth and you look up and there it is, right there in real life. It's this new thing that I've never seen the sky do before, this bright yet dark glowing sphere with the darkest imaginable circle in it, just a few beads of light escaping from the craters on the moon. And that's the thing about once in a lifetime experiences. They happen and literally won't again in my life. It sounds simple, but so many of life's once in a lifetime experiences have a chance of happening again to some degree, or an elusive feeling that they might. Total eclipses we can predict with extreme precision, and so once in a lifetime really means once. That's it. To quote Hank Green, the feeling I was most left with after the eclipse, 100% weird one, anger that it ended. I had this thought, which isn't a rational thought, but it is the one I had, that it's not fair. I was looking at that, and you know that you can't get it back. Like, that's it. And it was so fast. So much anticipation, and totality ends in a blink. End quote. It was amazing and brilliant and tragic and wild and actually pretty chilly since the whole seeable landscape was in shadow, and it will never, in my lifetime, happen again. So the song I'm about to play is something I made with a music program called Logic, which I find rather ironic because it takes some of the well-established music terms like staccato and changes them to things like shortest to value, which is rather silly. But anyway, um, I I took the dates of past and future total and annular eclipses in Vermont and turned that into a melody by putting through the American date system, so month, day, year. I'll put something in front of myself so you can see. Anyway, I put the zeros as rests, the 1 as scale degree 1, the 2 as scale degree 2, and so on, and then added some rhythm and harmonized it by adding some accordion. And then the beginning and the end of the song are just me having fun by uh, playing melodica as the melody, and then bassoon twice or 3 times, and accordion for some of it. And then I also have a bass that is made out of a sound wave that I modified. Um, and so that's what's making kind of the string bass sound. That's what I was going for. So anyway, it's so lovely up here. Oh, my shoe's undoing. One moment. Anyhow, beautiful day, beautiful place, beautiful planet. So much more tree to climb. And with that, I'm going to play. Wow, it's loud here. Anyhow, there's like cars and a jet and people. Ooh, you can see the reflection of the miasma of incandescent plasma in my eyeball.